It's time for us to talk about our relationship today, and the topic is about the importance of alone time in a relationship. If you're struggling with this, we want to hear from you. Please use the hashtag BreakfastDaily to join the conversation, and our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. I have Mrs. Marie Rosaki with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Jifa. How are you?
I'm good. I'm missing you in the studios today.
I am too, yeah.
Now, alone time, how important is it when we're in a relationship?
Oh, it's really important. Alone time is very, very important for the vitality of a relationship. If you want the relationship to, to be very alive and have a lot of energy and love flowing through, I think from time to time, every individual needs to have that alone time, which we usually call me time. Mm-hmm. You have your me time to get into yourself, get to know who you are, develop who you are, understand yourself more, because you're always changing. We're always changing, and even physiologically. And so with all the changes, coming to terms with who you are and accepting it, I think it helps you to become a better person to be able to relate to other people. So alone time is very necessary in a relationship. Many a time you find relationships that sometimes you find that they are either disengaged because of too much alone time. As much as alone time is very important, it can also become a detrimental thing if you don't put check to it. In a relationship, you become a disengaged couple, and then end up being like a verified roommates. You just go and come. Everybody is doing his own thing. You are not into each other's life. And then we have the other side where you can also get enmeshed in a relationship. You are so enmeshed in the relationship that you've lost yourself. You don't know who you are anymore, and you think you can't survive without the other person. That is an enmeshed situation. So when you're in a relationship and you find yourself that when your partner is not there, you can't handle it, you are getting sick, you can't do anything unless your partner is there and all that. You are afraid to be separated from your partner. It's not too healthy, and I think that you have to think about it again. You have to look at it again and get some time to get to know who you are and be able to be dependent on yourself too sometimes. If your partner is always the only pillar that you lean on, it can become very disastrous. So in this alone time, we are talking about the time in a relationship where you find a fine balance between the disengaged couple and then the enmeshed couple. If you are too enmeshed, it has its downsides. And then if you are too disengaged, it has its downsides. So when you find a balance, then you can have alone time. I mean, when you have alone time, then you can find a balance in this relationship, or in your relationship to make you a healthier person. Yeah.
So how do we find that balance?
Yes. I mean, in the first place, even to be able to identify that balance, there's some of the signs of somebody who is not in a balanced relationship or in a balanced, let me put it in a relationship where you can't have time for yourself, you are always dependent on each other, you are in each other's life, or you are too separated apart that you can't even communicate, nothing is going on. Some of the signs you see is that you find yourself quarreling unnecessarily all the time, things that, yes, quarrels are healthy for relationships sometimes. It helps, put things in the perspective that it has to be. But when it is unnecessary, who should take the trash? Why did you eat in the white bowl, not the blue one? The lane of unnecessary things that you find yourself doing all those things. Too many times you are lacking alone time. You need to have time alone to understand yourself, to know exactly how you want your life to go in a relationship and how you want your life to be merged in a relationship, because in a relationship, it's a measure. Two people coming together to merge. So you have to define that. And then sometimes you get too bored because of routine in relationship. You wake up in the morning, you cook, serve breakfast, do all those things together, and that routine is swallowing you. Now you are bored. You are not having time for yourself to get a breather, to refresh yourself. So when you find yourself getting unnecessarily bored without really finding a good reason for the boredom that you are experiencing, I think that you have to look at it again. It is time you get some time alone to refresh yourself. You can also find yourself avoiding things you love. Things you naturally love to do, all of a sudden you don't want to do them again because you find yourself like half of somebody else. Now you are trying everything you are doing. You are doing it to please your partner. My partner doesn't like me. That the partner doesn't want me to wear this. My partner doesn't want me to do this hairstyle. My partner, he doesn't want me to talk like. He doesn't want me to eat like this. You are no more yourself. You're always trying to do something to please your partner, and so you avoid the things that you love to do, and for that matter, you lose your source or your vim. I think yes, that's also another good sign. And then you don't feel like being with people. That's another sign. You no more enjoy your family, you no more enjoy your friends because of all the issues that you have with your partner. So you are not making time for all those things. I think it's time you stop. So this is how you identify that you need alone time. And then getting the balance, like you said, how do you find the balance? Actually, it is not like a 50-50 balance. In the balance of alone time in relation, it's not 50-50 because relationships are for people merging. Like I said, it's coming together. It's commitment. It's a compromise. It's doing things together. So you can't be in a relationship and be alone. So some experts say that it's good to have that kind of like 30-70 balance, 30-70 time, 37% for yourself, 70% for the relationship, because the relationship is more important. You are building something together. It might not only be your partner, even the children when they come in. Sometimes your children can get into your life that you feel that you are being suffocated. So you need to do 70-30. I personally would say 20-80 because we are a unit, we are a family unit. As much as you need to have time alone to rejuvenate, we have to have a united front to build this relationship. So that's how you do it. So maybe in a day, to calculate it, let's say if you want to have a daily time for yourself, we have 24 hours. Sorry, I have added one more hour. 24 hours in a day. 24 hours, we use about 8 or let's say, 24 hours, or 12, more like we use 8 hours more actively. So out of the 8 hours, if you want to strike your edges, just to have an idea, to strike your edges, you can do your 20%, which is about let me do my calculation well. So 16, 16, yeah, 16.
You give 16 to your family and then you take 2.
Yes. So maybe in a day you can decide that maybe when the children come every day, when you close from work and you come and you settle the children and everything, they've done their homework, you'd want to be alone by yourself in your little chair somewhere, or be in bed, or take a stroll, or take that time to visit a neighbor who you have a good relationship with, just to, talk a little and laugh.
How healthy is this for the relationship you have with your partner and your children? Because people tend to think of alone time as a very selfish thing, but it's actually very healthy for the relationship you will have with the other people.
Exactly. It is very healthy. And I think that you have to do it with the mind of helping the relationship, but not the mind of undermining the relationship. It's the intention. The intention is that you want to get a fresh air. You want to get some fresh air. You want to get some kind of, after a day's work, you are tired. You want to have a little time. It's all a question of planning. So you plan it into your day that if you're not going to do it daily and you want to do it weekly or monthly, it is all planning. So you plan that, this particular time or the weekends, there's Saturdays, every 2 hours I have with my parents or with my family or with my friends. It is your time you have blocked, alone time. Then you have your time that you know that this is the time for me and my husband or my partner. So this is our time. We have another 2 hours or whatever. Then the time with the children. It all must be planned, and the time together, in addition to your schedule for the day. So when you look at your schedule, then you can apportion time to some of these things. It's like timetable that we work with. It might not be rigid as like going to school and then they ring the bell and you have to change lesson, please. No, it might not be rigid, but then it is a guide for you to be able to know when you have to do what, to be able to help you have daily time or weekly times that you can rejuvenate yourself, you can have some laugh, because yes, too much of everything is bad. That's what we are told. And that if you are always in the house and not going with the family and children, and soon you'll be cut off, you become an island and you'll be out of connectedness. And when you're cut off from people, you are going to lose so much. You'll be out of sort. The times that you need them, it can be very, very disastrous for you. One other thing that it is very important for people to have alone time and not think about it as selfishness is the fact that learning to have alone time is like an insurance in relationships. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So if you build your life so much on your partner and you don't build the other relationships that you have around you, you might, like I say, you become an island. And when you are cut off, your source, the time that you need help, you might really struggle. You get what I mean? Anything can happen in the sense that if you're not married, the relationship can break up. Even in marriage, we have divorce. People can divorce. When they divorce and your life is also dependent on your partner, he tells you what to do before you do. He does you. And apart from even separation, breakups, divorces, people die. You might lose your partner. If the partner is not there, how do you survive? So it is an insurance to build strength in yourself as a backup for the relationship. And it is very necessary that every individual learns to draw strength from himself or herself. Even when we look at the Bible, we see that the Bible says that Jesus was with his disciples many times, but there were times that Jesus would separate himself and be alone with God. So having them is because it helps you to do introspection. It helps you to freshen up. I remember I was talking to a couple, and they said that I had talked to them before, and then I called again and they said, oh, the other one is gone out. And I said, oh, so why didn't you both go together? And the spouse was like, oh no, I'm cool, because I've realized that when I allow her to go out to her friends, her female friends actually, or when she goes out to go and shop or something, she comes back home, she comes with a lot of energy and she makes me happy. So I like that.
Okay, so we've learned a lot about the benefits of alone time and why we should all practice it. Thank you so much, Mrs. Mary Osaki, for being with us. Hopefully next week we'll see you in studio. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.